Good morning, viewers. We will skip the fancy schwancy introduction. My name is Judith Mukuro. I am from Cameroon in West Africa. I love my country. I love my country. Have always been proud of my country. Because I do comedy now, I am a public figure. Many people try to associate me to class, something big. Many people ask me, are you from Kenya? Are you from Kenya? Because Obama is from Kenya. And I tell them, no, I'm not from Kenya. I am from Cameroon. I performed in New York at a concert, and they introduced me as Princess Tiro from Nigeria. And I did not hesitate to go on the air the next day with a video to tell the world that I am from Cameroon. That is how proud I am of my country. But the recent event that took place in Cameroon over this weekend has stripped me of that pride. A fellow human being, a Cameroonian, a woman like myself, was humiliated and led to die in broad daylight in front of a healthcare facility in Cameroon. I am disappointed. I am so disappointed that something like that will happen in Cameroon, a country which is endowed with mineral resources, where tourists flock in and out every day, bringing and dropping in money. A country where another mother of twins is the first lady. I am disappointed. When I went to have my baby, when I went to have my daughter 4 years ago, it was a struggle for life. With all the circumstances surrounding my pregnancy, advanced maternal age, cardiac problem, the doctors and nurses in that hospital, there were like 8 doctors in my room, and they were all thinking and working hard and fast. They were acting swiftly, young and old. They were running swiftly and acting fast to save the life of a woman who doesn't even speak their language. And yet in Cameroon, in the presence of fellow Cameroonians, a poor woman will scream in pain till her death in the presence of fellow Cameroonians. The doctors and nurses in this hospital will not attend to this woman because she could not pay, because her family could not pay the charges. And I bet you, the next day, people left this scene and went to church. What do you hear in that church? Do people just go to church to make other people feel like they are? Do people go to church just to feel good about themselves or to impress the public? What do you people hear in that church? Doesn't the Bible talk about the Good Samaritan? Have you people not heard about the Good Samaritan? How come in this whole situation nobody offered to be the Good Samaritan? People were filming this event as it was happening with expensive electronic devices. cell phones, iPad, iPod, iSpoons, laptops, tablets, etc. All these are very expensive electronic devices. But yet, nobody was willing to put their device, even as a whole, to save this woman's life. If it was money that this hospital was asking, where is Harambe? Where is the spirit of together? Watching that video, there were like 15, 20 people inside. Couldn't these people contribute even 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 francs to pay the charge the hospital was asking to save the life of this woman and her unborn kids? God damn it. Where is our human side? All these bystanders could think to do is just film this thing to go and put it on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, you have put it on Facebook and the woman is dead with her twin children. Oh, you did your share. You did your own part. You filmed it. And that pharmacy, there was even a pharmacy where the niece, out of desperation, ran there and bought a surgical knife. What are the regulations? You, this pharmacy person who sold this equipment to this woman, you were not curious to find out what she was going to do with it. She is not medical. She didn't show you no license. She's no healthcare personnel. She did not show you any license to be one. And you sold her this equipment. You didn't care what she was going to do with it, whether she was going to dissect a rat or stab somebody on the street. You didn't care to know. In this day and age, something like this happening in Cameroon, in this day and age, when even the pepper seller in the market can afford a cell phone, how much were they asking that all that population that was there could not put this money together and pay to save this woman's life? What do we give God in return for all the things that He does in our life if we cannot sacrifice a small 10,000? All these people who were standing there, I bet you if they each contributed only 1,000 francs, they would have come up with at least 200,000 francs to pay for this hospital to attend to this woman. Before I even address the hospital and the staff, let me just start with the population that was there present. Hearing this woman cry in excruciating pain to her death. And people stood there and all they thought they could do was film to put it on Facebook. Were you putting it on Facebook to call for help or to humiliate her and her family? Exposing her body like that? What was your motive of filming this thing to put it on Facebook? Is that how you wanted to help her? Where is the law? All these law officials, do you just wear this uniform to glorify the streets? To decorate the streets? Where were they when this was happening? If you are a law enforcement officer in Cameroon, shame unto you. If your relative or family is a law enforcement officer in Cameroon, shame to you too. Because they do all these inhuman things and bring all of that money and you all enjoy it. I'm not even going to talk about the corruption in Cameroon and how the mischievous ways in which these people extort money from people and then they bring to you at home and you enjoy it. Shame to you. And all the pastors, priests, rabbi, where were you when this was happening? Are these not the areas that you should address? When all else fails in society, Isn't it up to you, the representatives of God? When all else fails, we turn to God. Now, we don't know God. We can't see him. And you are his representatives, and therefore we turn to you. Where were all these people? I bet you there were churches around this place here, but the people could not even have the guts to go there to ask for help, because you pastors, you charge even to go and pray for somebody's sick relative in the hospital. Somebody's family member is about to die and they come and ask you to go and pray for them. You charge. You charge for a service which you claim that you were called to do when you got the calling. Whatever calling that you people get, you claim that you were called to do this job. But when people ask you to come and do it, you charge. Shame to you too, pastors, rabbis, priests, all those clergy people. Because you do not make no sacrifice. All you do is look for your own. How come no pastor is reported to have involved in this thing with any kind of action, whether be it prayer? Maybe you could have just stood there and just pray for this woman while her soul was taken off of her body. No pastor, I've not heard of any pastor, no priest involved in this thing. Because if they even came and called you to come and help, you would have charged them. Just like the hospital was charging for them to pay before she would get any kind of attention. Cameroon, I can't believe this. In this era, in this day and age, how could people stand by and watch this girl tear this woman's stomach with a knife? We are not even sure of how sanitized. What were they expecting? That these children were going to come out and breathe that dusty air and survive? Cameroonians, please wake up. Wake up. Wake up and fight for your country. It is time. Many of us Cameroonians are abroad. We are nurses. We are doctors. We are all these persons. And we render these services here. Please, it's time we start going home and volunteering and offering our services to our own people too. For free. There's something called Doctors Without Borders. It is time we start setting our own, to be going to Cameroon, taking turns and offering our services to our people for free. It is humiliating that something like this will happen to a Cameroonian, a country that rich, where there are millionaires and billionaires in Cameroon and abroad. Nobody could offer to pay. How much were they asking? That no individual could offer to pay this money to save this woman's life. What is money? What is money? The doctors in the hospital who were ready, who would prefer to let this woman die than save her life because of money. How much money? How much was that money going to last? I'm sorry guys, but I am so touched by this. I just heard about it yesterday and I couldn't sleep the whole night. I could not sleep the whole night, and I'm calling on all Cameroonians to rise up and take action on this. These things have been happening and we just watch them and we don't react, and that is why they continue to happen. Please do not wait until it happens to your own relative before you act. Let us act now. The time is now. I'm calling on all Cameroonians to rise up and take action now. You have to start doing something. We have to start getting together and teaching our people back home that when you see your neighbor fall, you have to go there and help pick him up and not wait until it is too late. Thank you.